Let's go. Let's go. What's up? And we are off and running. I'm Chris the Candyman. Welcome to the stream. And tonight we're drafting the Hound Dog. Let's go ahead and enter the first one. It's about 95% full. Let's see how that goes. See how fast that'll load. It looks like it's fetching data. Okay. Waiting for 10 more people, and let's go ahead and we'll wait a little bit on the second one. But this thing's going to fill tonight. I mean, it got launched earlier today and it's already 95% filled. Look at that, waiting for 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my second one. We're going to be double tabling this Hound Dog draft. I've got my other three entries are going to be slow drafts. Um, and these will be my two fast that I'll be able to get in for this contest. So let's get to it. I think it's going to be a pretty good contest. It's a decently small number of entries overall, and definitely going to be one of those time capsule drafts. Um, so let's see what pick we got on the first draft. Looks like we're drafted from the 8th spot. Go ahead and queue up some players. Could be Breeze, could be a Bijan team. Kind of see how it turns out. Go ahead and enter it here in our draft board view. The second one just kicked off. And let's get that music going. It's time for some tunes. The stream is live. Let's do it. Cool. And I got the 6th spot in the second draft. Nice. So 6 and 8, not necessarily ideal for double tabling when my picks are going to be coming up in the dead middle of the round, but we'll make it work. Let's get it started. I don't know how I feel about this contest. I almost feel like I kind of want to go a little bit more either elite tight end or elite QB within my first, 4, 5, 6 picks. But we'll just kind of see what falls to us. Justin Jefferson at the 106. Yes, please. So that's a pretty good start there. The guy in front of me takes Breece Hall at the 105. And we're on the clock. In our first draft, we're going to go with the Bijan team. Nice. So, starting off with our first draft is a Bijan at the 108, and the second draft is a Jet at the 106. Pretty standard so far. You can see how these drafts are going along. Yeah, I think I've zoomed in a little bit too far, so you really can't see the 11, 12 picks. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that. Maybe I can fix it live. We'll see. So starting with Justin Jefferson, definitely going to be a team I can either lean into the Packers or I could lean into the Vikings. And then with Bijan, I've seen a lot of people do kind of like a Falcons triple stack with Bijan, London if he falls, and then you can take Pitts as well. Jalen Waddle goes with the 15th pick overall. That's different. So people are getting a little bit different with ADPs in this draft, not being open for as long as Best Ball Mania 5 is going to be open. You're going to see some unique selections for sure. Back on the clock. So to pair with Bijan, feel like Nico Collins could be a good pick. Brandon Ayuk's a great pick as well. Let's go ahead and stick with Brandon Ayuk. I think that's the pick I want here. Small chance that. Nah, I mean, Laporta's been going pretty early in the third round, but that'd be definitely a player I'd be looking to take with Brandon Ayuk. For the Justin Jefferson team, we're back on the clock. This one, I'm thinking Devontae. Can also go Deebo Samuel or Jalen Waddle. I don't think I want to take Jonathan Taylor here necessarily. Just not as excited about the Colts offense. So let's just go with Devontae on this one. All right. So with the Bijan team, obviously we started out with a running back, and so we've got some. We got to pick up a bunch of wide receivers, kind of in these early picks. In the second draft, we went Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams, which I think is a smash way to start. Nico Collins probably would have been my pick there over Devontae if he had fallen, but he gets picked right before me at the 18th overall pick. So let's see how it's playing out. And then in the other draft, in the first draft, Nico falls all the way to pick 22, which you don't always see, but sometimes. I mean, it's not really that far off. But I think Nico's a decent pick in the second round. He's one of my favorite picks in the second round. And I need to get more Nico. I've got a lot of Diggs so far. I kind of want to shift that towards Nico Collins a little bit. Let's see how it turns out. I don't want to jinx it, but with Jalen Hurts going at the second pick in the third round, decent shot that Laporta could fall. I don't know. And Diggs goes in the second round, the 2-3 turn. Let me see what I can do to fix these boards so we can see all of the picks. I don't like how the 11 and 12 spots are kind of not visible. I don't know if I can fix it live though. It might mess it up. Do a quick look while we've got a second. See what that looks like. Let the zoom view out a little bit. Make these next couple picks. We'll do it on the comeback. 2 picks away in both. Is Laporta going to fall to us? Yeah, Laporta's there. I think in this room, gosh, you hate to go running back and tight end in their first 3 picks and be kind of behind at wide receiver, but Laporta could be a pretty good pick there. Who else would I really want? DJ Moore, maybe. And in this other room, where we're on the clock, it's going to be Malik Neighbors. So yeah, I'll take Laporta there. I think that's fun with Brandon Ayuk. And Malik Neighbors, I think, is a great pick in the third round. Just go for that super high upside rookie pick early on. Flipping back to the board, Laporta goes at pick 31 in the other room. Josh Allen goes. Jalen Hurts goes first in that first draft over there. Jalen Hurts is at the second pick in the third round. I mean, get your guys. You see him taking Devonta Smith in the second round with Chris McCaffrey. It's a pretty unique pairing. After a few of these picks, I'm going to see if I can adjust so we can see the full board. CJ Stroud goes in the fourth round, the 30th pick overall. I mean, people are getting their guys. Which is kind of weird, though, taking CJ Stroud after taking Kelsey. All right, he's not going to want in this draft. Definitely a Zay Flowers or Tank Dell type of pick. But is there a better option? Let me think about that for a second. With Laporta and Ayuk, I mean, I'm really behind at wide receiver right now. I think Zay Flowers is the pick. The only bummer is there's no chance of getting him on the next pick in the fifth. But no, I'm into Zay Flowers. I think it's fine. Wide receiver 2 in this kind of build. So let's go for it. And then the second draft, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors. I don't know, that could be a spot. This draft's going a bit slower than the first one. That could be a spot to take. I was going to say Kelsey, but now he's gone. Etienne and then Kelsey goes to pretty much start out the fourth round right after Pittman goes at the turn. Etienne's a good pick in the fourth round. Would consider him there in the second draft, but let's see how it goes. On the clock, and between Trey McBride, Christian Kirk, and the running backs really dried up. So I'm going to wait at running back in this draft. I think I don't hate taking Christian Kirk here. Just go really strong wide receiver. Trey McBride, a decent pick too. What's up, Samwise? Okay, so Christian Kirk was the pick in the fourth round. I think it's a decent start. Or just going heavy with the wide receivers. The other team from the 3 spot went Tyreek Debo, Jalen Waddle, which is a pretty sweet start, and then Amari Cooper. So I really like that team that they've started out with in the 3 spot. Coming back over here, the Jalen Hurts team takes Dalton Kincaid. I mean, still getting an elite tight end where you can is pretty fun, but you know, I feel like you're going to reach on Jalen Hurts. It's like Dalton Kincaid. I don't know. I don't really see how that fits, and he's way behind at wide receiver. But the picks coming up: Bijan, Ayuk, Laporta, Flowers. This could be the perfect spot. What is his pick? 56. Xavier Worthy. He goes the pick before me, of course. I kind of want to take McLaurin. I haven't been getting enough McLaurin. Let's see what that looks like. Could go McLaurin or Keenan Allen. Yeah, let's do McLaurin. And then we're on the clock over here. What do we got? McLaurin again. This could be a good Anthony Richardson team. I kind of want to do that. Just what if Anthony Richardson's the guy you need? It's a fun pick. Could take Xavier Worthy, but I don't know. Let's see how it works out. I'll go ahead and take A-Rich. AR-15.
Soldier boy, tell.
Getting back to it. So in the first draft, started off with Bijan and Ayuk, which I like. Laporta fell to me. It's a nice little Week 17 bring back for either one. I mean, Ayuk or Laporta. I could go with Goff later on. Could go with Purdy. And I got Terry McLaurin. Let's see. Yo, what up, Pat? Oh, on the clock. There we go. Terry McLaurin. Got Laporta. Oh, man. I can't take Kittle here. I could go to Dunze for sure. Yeah, we're far away from the clock on the other draft. I mean, I kind of wish I could still take Kittle, but no, I'm going to go with the Dunze here. I think that's the pick. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling good about these wide receivers now that I got McLaurin and Odunze. Let me see something. I was wondering where our window went. I minimized my window. I couldn't find it. McLaurin, I feel especially good about on this team as one of my Bijan bringbacks. If I want to go into building around the Falcons or the Commanders, I've got that nice little Week 17 correlation. Over here in the second draft, yo, what up, Felix? How you doing, guys? Saturday night, just kicking off some streams. You know, that Hound Dog is already going to fill within the first day, so we had to make it happen. And yeah, pretty much going with looks like either a zero or a hero RB build in this second draft, where I started off with Jet, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors, Christian Kirk, and then Anthony Richardson. We've got the Anthony Richardson, Malik Neighbors connection already, so that's fun. Ken Walker, hey, falling right into my lap. I like Ken Walker. I would also take a Dunze here. Like I said, I could go for Brian Thomas and make this into a kind of a, go heavier into the Jags. Okay, let's go ahead and go with Ken Walker on this team. I think it's a fine pick. Part of me wanted to wait and just take Aaron Jones if he falls, but no, this is a good spot for running back. Feeling good on this team through 6 picks. Really strong wide receiver start. Definitely got a lot of guys who are going to earn some targets there. This first one over here, we got some work to do. I like where it started with the first picks, but the trick's going to be nailing down that first QB that we take. And I feel like from what I'm seeing in these rooms, people are just all over the place with ADP. So we don't have to just go for our guys when it comes to time and take the quarterback either half round early or just kind of right at ADP and not try to push any of them to really make the team work out the way we want. Yeah, just a little Saturday night multi-table. Okay, so we're in the 8th spot in this first draft, and we're about 5 picks away. If I get a second when these picks aren't so kind of in between, I'm going to try to zoom out a little bit so we can see the full board. But here we go. Pick number 80 coming up, and what do I think I want here? David Montgomery is kind of a nice pick. What else? What else would be a good pick here? Because David Montgomery, of course, he's going to go pick 80 overall. It's not a Burrow pick. We've already got Laporta. We don't need a tight end. It's really a running back, a receiver, and I feel pretty good at wide receiver right now. So I feel like this could be a Ramondre team or Brooks. Let's go ahead and queue up Ramondre. See how that kind of feels. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going. And then we're about to be on the board. So now we've got two running backs, and I feel pretty good about how this team's starting to come together. On the clock over here, Aaron Jones is still there. I mean, how do I not take Aaron Jones? The thing is, pick 78. Do I take Evan Ingram? I'm not going to because I've already got a quarterback. If I didn't take A-Rich, AR-15, maybe I take Evan Ingram here and then really lean into the Jags. But I feel like now I'm going to potentially go for a late J.J. McCarthy, or could still go with. I don't know if I would take Jordan Love here after going Anthony Richardson. I'm kind of looking forward to a 2 QB build. I would need Jordan Love to fall a bit because I took Anthony Richardson so early. And then over here, my next pick is going to be 89. I'm calling that too early to take Purdy. I've seen Purdy go a bit later, so we'll just have to get lucky and hope he comes back around 104, which he totally could. So with Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones, we really need to find at least one Packer that we can use as a bring back for that Week 17. But so far, I mean, I'm liking these picks. Both these teams are working out pretty well. I haven't seen anything crazy, any big reaches in ADP since those first couple of rounds where people were really kind of creating the team they wanted. Like we had this guy at the 2 spot ends up with CMC and Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts. We're about to be on the clock in the first draft. We just took Ramondre Stevenson. So what's the move here? Could be a Jalen Warren. I like the Jalen Warren pick. I have a really strong running back core if I go with that. I don't think I want to take one of these tight ends because I've already got Laporta. Nice. So, through 8 rounds, I've got 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and a tight end. Got a lot of work left to do at quarterback, and then figuring out who these late wide receiver bringbacks are going to be once I get that quarterback nailed down. But I've got some options. I mean, could still take Goff, Purdy if he comes back. Could go with Jaden Daniels. Could be fun. We need to figure out Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams because I don't have any Seahawks. All right, and on this second draft board, let's go. I don't know. Jake Ferguson, a little bit past ADP. I didn't make it, but not really the guy I need or would want. What do we go with here? Zamir White. This is a Zamir White team. Got Devontae Adams. Might as well make it happen. Just believe in these Raiders. I think that can work. And maybe get Brock Bowers on the next pick. Let's go ahead and do that because this is a pick from the 6th spot. There's a small chance Bowers makes it back. I'm gonna go ahead and queue him up. If not, I think we're kind of going for a late tight end strat on this one. With Anthony Richardson, I could pair him up with either J.J. McCarthy as a late QB number 2, or even Danny Dimes, but a little bit more skeptical about Daniel Jones' ability to be the starting quarterback for the Giants in Week 17 when you need him. So kind of see how that works out. Okay, wow, he's coming back around. Let me see if I can zoom out a bit on these. Boom. That help? I think it helped a little bit. Oh, how weird. It's not actually showing the boards, huh? Noted. Well, mistakes were made. Coming back up with this pick. Where are we going to go here? Caleb Williams? Jaden Daniels? Jaden Daniels. Boom. And Brock Bowers is still there in the second draft. That's so funny. I wasn't looking at OBS and I couldn't see that. Apparently when I click here to go into the draft board, it pops out and that is not showing up on the stream, which is pretty interesting. So get that fixed for next time. But at the moment, I guess no draft boards, but we're double tabling it anyways, so we'll just stick right here. Brock Bowers is there. I'm really going hard on the Raiders in this draft, so I'll need to find some Saints players to bring back my bet on the Raiders. Yeah, New Orleans Saints. There's some Saints that go later, so I think we're good still. 1-3-4-1 build. Actually, on both of these teams now that I took Jaden Daniels over here. So let's see. We're feeling pretty good at running back. I think now that we're 10 picks in, we're looking for the right wide receivers that we can find that nice playoff week correlation with. At the same time, Purdy is right there. I kind of feel like I could just take Purdy and be done at quarterback. Got a bit on this one until it comes back around. So the question is, do I go Brian Robinson or Brock Purdy? Yeah, I'm thinking Robinson's a fun bet. I think I just go Purdy here. Because I've already got Ayuk, I've already got Laporta. But now I'm a little bit behind at wide receiver. We'll have to make up for that. And I think I know the rookies that I am going to want to target later on. And I can hold off at running back for a bit. Definitely done at quarterback here. Yeah, after starting with Bijan, Ayuk, Laporta, and Flowers, maybe waiting for Jared Goff to be the better play, but there weren't really any other picks in this range that I like, especially at wide receiver where I'm weakest. So just take the quarterback that makes sense. See if we get some more running backs to fall, and then take those wide receivers we're going to need for our playoff week correlation later on. 2, 3, 4, 1 from the 8th spot in this first draft. The second draft, what are 1, 3, 4, 1? Pick 115 coming up. Singletary could be a decent pick, especially because I'm a little bit weaker on running back on this team over here, where I didn't start with Bijan. Although I have Kid Walker and Aaron Jones, so I mean, honestly, Romeo Dubs would be a good pick. Adnan Mitchell's the obvious pick, though. Gotta take him. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm feeling like really good at wide receiver over here right now. This team over here, we got some work to do. And what's it going to be? A Jerry Jeudy? I don't think so. Maybe though. Pick 128. I mean, at ADP, Jerry Jeudy. Have a little bit of faith in the guy. Yeah. Okay, I can see it. Positionally, I think it's right there. That's who I need. Just take Jerry Jeudy. It's a decent pick. I need some depth at wide receiver. Maybe he turns it around in Cleveland. So, up in a few picks on the second draft. Hoping that Romeo Dubs is still there. That'd be nice for my little Packers correlation I've got going on with the Minnesota Vikings. Would definitely get excited about that. Could also go Josh Downs just to keep hammering these Indianapolis Colts. I'm not afraid to do it. With AR-15, with A-Rich, though, you don't necessarily have to have all of his pass catchers. You kind of just want to bet on his rushing upside. Similar over here with the Jaden Daniels team, except I already had Terry McLaurin, and I've got the Bijan bring back, which is sweet. I wish right now that this was this first team over here was one of my BBMs because I definitely need to get more Jaden Daniels. Okay, so we have the pick between Romeo Dubs or Josh Downs. Honestly, for what I'm building out later, it makes a lot of sense to get Dubs, especially past ADP like this. Wicks will be there though. Let's just do it. Yeah, let's go. I've got Adonai Mitchell. We're up over here in the first draft again. I think this is also a time we're looking at some either wide receivers or I can take a running back here. Pick 137. Ricky Pearsall. I don't hate it. Let's do that. Take him ahead of ADP, but just take the guy I want there. You know, could have gone with either Zeke or Dowdle. Let's see if they come back. If one of them comes back, I've got a. Oh, just kidding. It's like 16 picks away, so they're not going to be back. But that's why I took Ricky Pearsall. He wouldn't have come back to my next pick, which is at 152. So I had to take him there. But it works with this team where I'm feeling really strong at running back and can take some more shots on these wide receivers where I'm a little bit weaker. But definitely a guy that plays into my QB stack is what I want. Up in a few picks. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why the music kept changing. I didn't have my playlist on loop. What the heck? change that. Hey, throwing in that like. Appreciate it, my man. Okay, so where are we at now? We've got one team with 2 QBs, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, and 1 tight end through 12 rounds. Second team, I've got a pick coming up soon where I've got a 1-3-6-1 so far. Josh Downs is still there. Am I dreaming? I already got that Brock Bowers, so feeling pretty good at tight end with that 1-3-6-1 team. Feeling really good. Ah, man. Josh Downs goes to pick before me. You hate to see it, but that's how it goes. Jerry Jeudy's there. I honestly could go running back here. Maybe Dowdle. Ugh. Would have liked Josh Downs there. Look at just star up Jeudy. Oh no, we need Dowdle. Let's just take Dowdle. Make it, just risk it. Give us a little bit more running back depth on this team. Some upside there. Who knows if he's going to be the starter? Obviously, there's Zeke, but back over here at pick 152. What are we going to make happen? I think it's time to go back to the well at running back potentially. Could go with a Jalen Wright, which I bet he goes the pick before. This guy's going to take Jalen Wright. Oh, he doesn't. Takes Polk. Polk's a good pick there. I want Jalen Wright here. Yeah, let's think about that though. Is there anyone else we need? I don't think we need any of these tight ends, any of these wide receivers. Though it's getting close to Luke McCaffrey time. Jalen Wright's a good pick here. Contingent upside on like a Mostert not making it throughout the whole season, or even Achane not making it through the whole season. But just anyways, I mean, a rookie running back that I was pretty high on during the big boards. So getting him here at 152, where I was taking him in the 130s in the big boards, feels good. I think it's a good fit with this team. Just giving me some rookie upside at running back. I got to pick 150 coming up on the second team over here. Yeah, so we're double tabling the Hound Dog because it was closing tonight. I want to get some fast drafts in, so we're making it happen, and it's coming down to the wire. We're 14 and 12 picks in, and it's decision time. How are we going to finish out this second team? I don't have a second quarterback taken yet, but I'm kind of planning on J.J. McCarthy at the end of the draft. Could be the pick. Or, I mean, this is crazy, but is this the Minshew team? I mean, I got Devontae Adams, Brock Bowers, Zamir White. Honestly, it could be the Derek Carr team. Just got to figure out how to get some Saints because I've missed out so far. We're on the clock. I like Jalen Polk in general. I think because of what I've been taking, I could go back for a wide receiver. I'm going to go ahead and queue up Jalen Polk. I could take Ty Chandler. That'd be an interesting pick and just, hammer that Minnesota backfield. I'm fine with that right now. One, 5, 6, 1. I've got a lot invested in Minnesota on this team. So we'll see how we're gonna like bring that back over here. On this team, could use a wide receiver in this range. Pick 14. McCaffrey's been falling. We could go with yeah, I'm just gonna take Luke McCaffrey here. He's a guy I want on this team. A little bit ahead of ADP, but I don't think it matters too much this late in the game. You just take your guys, and if I think about it, I'm not sure who else I'm really looking forward to make this squad work. I guess the answer would have been Ben Sinnott, but it looks like he's already gone. Right, if I look back, Ben Sinnott went, did he go? Yeah. Ben Sinnott went literally 4 picks before my pick. So that's who I was kind of thinking in the back of my head I would go for. And then when I didn't see him there in the available players is why I looked for Luke McCaffrey. So I think we're good on those rookie receivers paired up with our QBs. Time to go back to the running back well when the time comes, when we get our next pick over here on the first draft. On the second draft board, my next pick's 163. I've got Jalen Polk queued up. I don't think he's still going to be there. I mean, I think he's going to go with any of these next couple picks, but I do need some wide receiver help now that I just took a running back with my last pick. And we've got Anthony Richardson. We're waiting for a late QB. Could be Daniel Jones. Could be J.D. McCarthy, I think, is my top choice. And then Gardner Minshew might actually work with this team, which feels gross, but it could work. I mean, at the same time, Pearsall is still there. Coming into pick 163. Juwan Johnson's a pick I could go with. I mean, do I take Jalen Polk or Ricky Pearsall or Juwan Johnson? I think there's a chance I can get Juwan Johnson at 174 with my next pick, but it's going to be risky, and he's kind of a guy I want to build out all this investment I've got in the Raiders. So I think I just take Juwan Johnson here and make it work. Even though Polk is there, yeah, Juwan Johnson. Okay, almost messed that one up. Almost took Pearsall. Definitely would prefer Polk, I think, in that situation on this particular team. Coming back over here on this team, still got one tight end, so we're looking to take another one, and it could be at any moment. Someone who doesn't have a bye week 5, so shouldn't be too hard to find a tight end. Pick 176, Juwan Johnson, I think is just a great pick, even though I don't have the perfect correlation on this team for him, but just somewhere to go. I would feel pretty good about that. Let's see. Whew. Double tabling the Hound Dog as it's closing tonight. It opened this morning. It's going to close tonight. I got 3 slow drafts going in the Hound Dog, but I wanted to fire off some fast drafts. And by the time I looked, I was watching Texas versus Texas A&M baseball, and I opened up my app and it was 95% full. So it was time to jump in here on these streets and get these drafts taken care of. I think this is my tight end pick, just so I don't get too far behind as the draft is kind of coming to a close at my 15th overall pick here on my first one. Yeah, Juwan Johnson's there. The other thing I could do is take running back. Let's just see who's available, and it's no one I'm crazy about. So I'm going to push that a little bit further. Take Juwan Johnson here. Up in one pick on the other draft. Although we do need to finish this out with some running backs. And probably another wide receiver. All right, pick 175. This is JJ McCarthy, almost certainly, except Jalen Polk is still there. But my next pick isn't until 187. I don't think I can risk it. Okay, I'll risk it. I'll risk it for Jalen Polk at that much of a value. And I like Jalen Polk, so super risky, but I've got Jefferson. I probably should have looked to see the guy who took Addison, where he stands with his QBs. I can still do that. So the guy who took Addison, I'm looking through the draft board. I know it's not shown on stream. I don't know how that didn't work out. Dang, the Addison guy is the pick after me, and he has got one quarterback to this point, so we're pretty much screwed there. He's definitely taking JJ McCarthy. Bummer. Oh well, I got a good value on Jalen Polk. Could always go with Drake May with my next pick if it falls through. Won't have all the bringbacks built in. Definitely don't have all the team stacks, but or to go with Daniel Jones, but I don't love Daniel Jones. I have to take both. Nah, I would just take Drake May. Drake May would be fine. Okay, so we're on the clock over here. It's time for a running back or a wide receiver. Let's see. I mean, I'm not loving the options, but it's the 16th round, so what do you expect? Chuba Hubbard? I don't know how he works for this team. I think we just go Hubbard here, just for some depth. That was pick 185. The QBs were just falling over on this draft over here. But none of the running backs I really am crazy about that do a lot for my team. I think we're up in a few picks. Drake May actually already went, which is crazy. I've got JJ McCarthy queued, but I'm almost certain this guy's going to take him. I might have to go with Derek Carr. Does Derek Carr work for my team? Well, I've got Juwan Johnson at least. And yeah, I already knew that guy was going to take JJ McCarthy. I'm not surprised at all that he sniped my QB. I think I'm going to take Carr here and play it out through Juwan Johnson. And then I've got these sick Raiders bringbacks built throughout my team, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Derek Carr with AR-15, overall not bad. Would have liked JJ McCarthy. Probably should have taken him over Jalen Polk. Couldn't pass up the value. Probably should have, but that's how it goes. I mean, those three rookie wide receivers plus Brock Bowers, I think is actually pretty sweet. I could still go Daniel Jones with my last pick. I'm feeling good at wide receiver. I think I maybe take one more, or I could even stop at 7. I definitely need another running back. And so I think that's where it comes in. If I look at my next picks, I've got 2 picks left. If I take a quarterback, which I don't have to and I probably shouldn't, doesn't leave me a lot of space there for another running back. I definitely need another running back on this team. I feel like I do. Even with 5, I'd like to get to 6 because I waited so long on kind of those middle range guys like a Dowdle and a Chandler. So let's go ahead and keep up some running backs. Who would fit this team? Well, I don't think there's any perfect fits. We're up in a few picks in both drafts. Can we make it happen? Over here, it's probably wide receiver. Are there any Falcons left? I'm on the clock. Yeah, Rondell Moore maybe. Kind kind of a funny pick, 17th pick. Over here, I'm thinking running back. Clyde Edwards is still there. Braylon Allen's getting some steam. Take Braylon Allen. Upside. Doesn't fit this team perfectly, but a little bit more fun of a click than Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. Could have gone whole late, but a little bit wishful. Could have gone Audric Estime a bit later. But knowing that I've got Carr, let me go ahead and queue up some Saints because A.T. Perry's always there. A.T. Perry's probably my last pick over here in the 18th. Took Rondale Moore in the 17th here, just for fun. I think we're good. I'm not sure what my last pick needs to be on this first team. And on the second team, probably an A.T. Perry, just because he fits with Carr. Could go McMillan because I like him better. But I've taken a bunch of rookie wide receivers on this team already, so I don't necessarily have to go that route. — 18 picks are coming up. Where else do we go with that? Anthony Richardson versus the Giants. Take one more wide receiver. I don't have to. I think I'm decent at wide receiver. Could be a tight end. Actually, that might be the move with Anthony Richardson. Maybe instead of A.T. Perry, we'd go with, what's his name? Jelani Woods. Could be the move. Could be the move. Jelani Woods or A.T. Perry. Does A.T. Perry do anything for this team? Honestly, probably not. I think A.T. Perry does nothing for this team. Jelani Woods, does he do anything for this team? Let's go with Jelani Woods. Over here, the last pick, we can go with either running back or wide receiver. Keaton Mitchell's a fun pick. I'm good with that. And just like that, the drafts are wrapped up. I'm trying to think if there's any like late Washington guys. There's definitely there weren't any late 49ers. It would have been Elijah Mitchell, but he wasn't there. So yeah. Oh, and the draft is completed. That's the first Hound Dog officially that we've finished drafting because the other three are slows. That's weird. It looks like it's showing a different screen on my OBS. Not sure what that's about. Let's see if we can view this. View the full draft. Huh. Weird. When the draft ended, it's not showing up. Not sure why that is. I'll have to fix it on the next one. Let me see if I can fix that. no idea what's going on with this screen capture. Not only was it not capturing the draft boards, but now it won't show the completed draft. It just looks like it's showing an empty draft board. That's so weird. Huh. Well, I'll review the team. It was Anthony Richardson. It was a 2-6-7-3 build. Anthony Richardson, Derek Carr, followed by running backs of Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Zamir White, Rico Dowdle, Ty Chandler, Braylon Allen. Also took for wide receivers Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors, Christian Kirk, Adonai Mitchell, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Polk. Pretty strong wide receiver room. That's why I stopped at 7. And I don't really see any huge bye week issues, so I feel pretty good there. Also got Brock Bowers, Juwan Johnson, and Jelani Woods at tight end. So I went with a 3 tight end strategy here, stacking up both my quarterbacks with my tight ends. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, something weird is happening with OBS. It looks like it's showing, at least to me, it's showing like my past draft boards, but both the drafts are completed. The second Hound Dog was a 2-6-7-3. No, that's the first one. The other one I was drafting, the first one I got into was a 2-6-8-2, Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, followed by Bijan, Ramondre, Jalen Warren, Jalen Wright, Chuba Hubbard, and Keaton Mitchell at running back. Also got stacked up with Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy. I've got Brandon Ayuk and Terry McLaurin. I had Zay Flowers on this team. That's why I also took Keaton Mitchell at the end there. Although I didn't get any Texans. But I did have Sam Laporta as a bring back for my 49ers stack. Took Roma Dunze, Jerry Jeudy, Ricky Pearsall, and Luke McCaffrey. So I've got a ton of receivers. I've got 4 receivers stacked up with my QBs, mixed up for not having any tight ends stacked up with them, or in the bring back. Or I guess I have the bring back with Laporta, but didn't get. It would have been. It would have been Pitts to go with Jane Daniels, but I think it actually worked out pretty well. Rondale Moore is that fill-in, and then Laporta and Juwan Johnson for tight end. So I think both these drafts feel solid. I don't know what's going up right now with OBS displaying like the wrong windows. So, you know what it was? When I set it up, I set it up as a capture on those specific windows, and as soon as they refreshed or went to a different view, it's not capturing it anymore. It's just showing kind of what was there. You live and you learn. I'll get that figured out for next time. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling in the chat, being part of the stream. More to come. That's the Hound Dog. The Hound Dog's closed, I'm guessing. By the time I started it an hour ago, it was 95% full. A lot of people are firing off their slow drafts for the Hound Dog. So catch you next time in the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris Candyman. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage, and peace.